Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and just a quick announcement and quick reflection on the fact that my trip to the United States was canceled because of the strikes going on across Europe, and there's a couple of parts of this. So unfortunately, I will not be lecturing in the United States because I couldn't get there. So this set me on a couple of rabbit holes, of course, because one, they sent us emails saying, there's strikes that may affect your flights. Stay tuned, right? Well, this is incredibly unhelpful. And then the next couple of hours later, we got it does look like your plane will likely be affected, so please stay tuned for updates. So at this point, what they're saying is, you don't know when you're flying or how or what, right? But just stay tuned. So we're like, okay, this is great. Oh, and by the way, also check into your flight, which is kind of a double like, hey, what's going on here? Check into your flight. You're not taking that flight. And so then it kind of looked like maybe it was going to be okay. And then we got the announcement that, your flights have been canceled and rescheduled. Well, there was strikes at the Dutch airport in Amsterdam, and that because we were going to fly through Amsterdam on the way back to the United States, and that got completely shut down. So all those flights got canceled. And they got shifted to a Bordeaux, Paris to the United States flight on the 18th, which was the day of the national strikes in France, which is to say it's not clear that the flights necessarily would have been disrupted, although there was some disruption of flights. But trying to get to the airports, get between the airports, all of that kind of things meant that was dubious. Plus all the people that were canceled on our day were being moved to flights on the 18th. And then sure enough, a couple hours later, we got a notice that saying, the flight that we've rebooked you on is overbooked. Stay tuned for updates. At which point we just said, okay, now we've lost at least 2 days, probably 3 days of our trip. We were going to go to a wedding, so we're going to now miss the wedding. And so we're just like, okay, forget this. And this started the magic of modern technology experiences. And so it was like, okay, so no, we have to call and, try and get a refund and so on and so forth. So I call, wait online for about 40 minutes because, they were really busy. Of course, they tried to send you through the AI chatbot, which whatever AI is doing well, it has no idea how to handle things like this. So then we just ended up calling customer service, finally get a person. The person is like, oh, so sorry that this got canceled. Certainly we'll give you a refund. Let me look at that. And then they just hung up. I don't know if they hung up, if the system hung up, somebody hung up someplace. I was like, oh, great. So then I just go through another 45 minutes of waiting online to talk to somebody. And I said, hey, this time, could you please make sure that I don't get hung up on? Because, we were in process and then I had to do another 45 minutes. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, we'll make sure we get you your refund. And I'm like, okay, great. Hey, by the way, does that refund include all the fees that we paid? Because, of course, they sell you the ticket and they sell you the seats, right? And so the seats are separate from somehow just crazy. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure it does. Let me check. And he's like, oh, I don't know. It won't show me, right? So he's the customer representative telling me that it won't show me whether or not I'm going to get refunded for the tickets that we bought because, of course, this is Delta Airlines, who are partner of Air France, who partners with the Royal Dutch KLM, which means that, our system doesn't go with KLM system, and we can't access the French system right now, so we don't know whether what. So it's like, okay, how much, if anything, are we going to get? What's going on? We have no idea. So finally, after 2 hours of this, he said, okay, you're definitely getting a refund. We'll send you the thing. Your refund is being processed. And then the next day I get an email that says, no, you don't get a refund. I was like, oh, come on. So then I call him back again. And I'm like, hey, I got a note that says I'm not getting a refund, but it seems like you canceled all my flights twice. I ought to get a refund. And he's like, oh, no, you're absolutely getting a refund. I don't know why you got that message. Let me check. And then I got a message saying, oh, no, you're definitely getting a refund. And then I got a message saying, hey, we've rebooked your flights for this day, like for the 21st or something. It was crazy. And I'm like, yeah, so their systems aren't communicating. They're not communicating with me. Am I going to get a refund? I hope so, but I don't know. But that all took about, I want to say in total, about 2.5 hours. Not to mention all the time of booking the tickets and trying to do all this. And at every stage, like, oh, are you a member of this? Are you a KLM flying partner? Log into your account. You can't access this if you're not a KLM flying partner. So, it was this endless loophole nightmare. And it just reinforces my sense that we are coming to the end times of all this stuff, because even something as simple as this, which is, A, why isn't an automatic refund? You canceled my flights. Why do I have to do anything? Is it one question? Two, this, like, they can't access stuff. Like, the representatives who are supposed to be able to do this are saying they can't do it. They don't know what to do. And I'm like, yeah, it's not working, ladies and gentlemen. You may have noticed this as well. Like, I'm not blaming them necessarily for the strike, although the strikes in Holland were apparently very much the airline's flight, because they reached settlement with a bunch of unions, but I don't know, forgot these two. There were two unions they did not reach settlement with, and of course they went on strike because they didn't have a settlement, and so what's the point? Why reach it on 5 of 7 units, right? They just still shut down just the same. But all of that is a long way of saying, yeah, I just feel at times like, wow, how much longer is this sustainable? That, they tell me to do something that doesn't work, or I can't make it work. I call customer service. They actually can't do what is the most obvious thing that they need to do, and they are apologizing for that. So it's not like I wasn't, yelling at them or anything. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, we can't access that. And then we should be able to access, but I don't know how to access this, and nobody here knows how to access this. And you're just like, okay, whatever. And then they send me, was it on purpose, right? Did they just say, hey, let's just deny it and then see if they care? And if not, then we don't have to refund the money, and that's a win for us. Or if they do care, then we'll just refund the money. So it doesn't cost us anything. It just costs them, whatever, 40 minutes to try and call back and click clarity and so on. So, yeah, I'm sure we've all had these experiences, and there's the frustration of everything being canceled, but that's fine. That's the world. That's the universe, happens. But then the fact that you just end up in this like never land of trying to unweave or, act, even to contact people. And like they keep saying, oh, our chatbot will take care of this. And the chatbot is like, it's just gibberish. I'm getting gibberish back. And I'm like, okay, this chatbot is not working. And so anyway, unfortunately, what this means is a long way of saying no lecture in the United States in next week. I apologize to everybody who was planning to come. I will be publishing a version of what that lecture was supposed to be like in the next couple of days for everybody. And I may publish that simultaneously on Patreon and on YouTube, so that my YouTube people who are many Americans who are going to come, they'll get that roughly on time. I'll do Patreon first, but I think I'll then extend it a little earlier so that people would get it by the time they would have been coming to the lecture. So apologies to everybody all around, but I do want to say thank you to Finn River, who was going to host the lecture. I really appreciate that. And I had received a lot of emails from people who were going to come, which I very much appreciate. And like I said, I'm looking to come at Christmas time, so we'll see if we can't schedule something then. Thank you very much.